My name is Aaron White. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, lover of America, and all things that the flag stands for. Today, I'd like to talk about a few of the things that I love about the flag, and also maybe answer a few of those questions that typically surround veteran holidays. So what is Veterans Day? Well, actually, Veterans Day started as what was called Armistice Day, when a temporary cessation of hostilities between the Allied nations and Germany went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. It was technically regarded as the end of the war to end all wars. In 1954, the act that made Armistice Day a holiday was amended to strike the word armistice and put in the word veterans to include veterans of all wars. That same year, President Eisenhower issued the very first Veterans Day proclamation, which stated, in order to ensure the proper and widespread observance of this anniversary, all veterans organizations, and the entire citizenry wish to join hands in the common purpose. So with that said, in layman's terms, Veterans Day is a celebration to honor America's heroes for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve. As a Marine, I don't think it's a coincidence that the day set aside to honor all veterans falls the day after the Marine Corps birthday on November 10th, but I digress. One question we get a lot this time of year is what's the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day? The answer seems quite simple, but it can really go pretty deep. Memorial Day represents those that made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. And I believe it demands the ultimate gratitude from the citizens of this nation. Veterans Day, on the other hand, is a happy day. It's a day to celebrate all of those who were willing to sacrifice, living or not. So please think about that the next time you say, Happy Memorial Day. To veterans, Memorial Day is not a happy day. It's a day to reflect and keep the memories alive of all of those heroes who didn't make it home. It is our way to ensure that those veterans who paid the ultimate sacrifice don't die a second death by being forgotten. In 2011, Carry the Load started as a way to restore the true meaning of Memorial Day. It quickly morphed into providing active ways to connect Americans to the sacrifices made daily by our veterans, our military, our first responders, and their families all across America. Now, through Carry the Load, we've also received another question. How do you really thank a veteran for their service? There are a lot of truly gracious Americans out there who will take the time to stop a veteran and say thank you for your service. And I promise we really appreciate that. Without speaking for everyone though, what means the most to a veteran is the sincerity behind your words. So a few things I'd like you to think about the next time you go to thank a veteran. Have you ever stopped to think about what you're actually thanking them for? Or what you think their response should be? Are you thanking them because of the right to peacefully protest in a free country? Are you thanking them for the ability to send your children to private school if that's what you choose to do? Or is it more basic freedoms, like the ability to go to sleep at night without wondering if there'd be a mortar attack in your neighborhood? Are you saying thank you because you feel it's the right thing to do? Or because you truly feel it in your heart? Some say you could buy a veteran a coffee or something like that. But again, sincerity is the biggest piece. Not all veterans like to talk about their service, but some do. So if you're truly interested, ask a veteran about their service. Let them tell you what it was like to serve. Really, the best way to thank a veteran is to do your part. Donate to a veteran-based charity. If you can't do that, volunteer. You know, an interesting statistic, if I were to ask you the percentage of Americans who are willing to volunteer for anything, what do you think that number would be? Well, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, 25% is what that number is. That means 1 out of every 4 people is willing to take time out of their day to do something for others. Imagine the impact we could have on this country if we were able to change that number to 3 out of 4. We would change the world. So again, how can you truly thank a veteran? Do your part. Earn it. By now we've all seen that movie, Saving Private Ryan. And at the very end of the movie, there's a scene where Captain Miller has Private Ryan lean in. And he says, earn this. Earn it. So what else can we do to earn it? How can we continue to earn one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all? Well, first, we teach our children to respect the flag and all she stands for. We teach them that the generations before us paid it forward with their blood, sweat, and tears. We teach them that America has given them the right to hold whatever opinion is in their heart, as long as they understand that that right was subsidized by the sacrifice of a group of men and women willing to fight for us. Second, many of our protectors survived battle, but they did not escape the atrocities of war. They need our help. They may not have made the ultimate sacrifice, but they certainly sacrificed for you and me, and their struggles are not over. Finally, we stand in solidarity with the families of the fallen and honor the legacy of their loved ones by raising awareness to the fact that freedom is not free. Remember, for us, Memorial Day is 1 day a year. For those families, Memorial Day is 365 days a year. Okay, for this next part, let me be very clear. This is in no way a political conversation, and I'm not here to judge you on your beliefs or opinions. We have lived through a pretty tumultuous 2020, and I have just a few thoughts that belong to one Marine who lives in a free country. One of the hot button items that we have faced in 2020 was the peaceful protest of kneeling for the national anthem. Now, as an American, whether you like it or not, one of the things that we protected when we served was your right to a peaceful protest. So if that's what you want to do, do it. It's your right. Now, as a Marine, I can tell you that I don't particularly agree with that protest. I believe that heroes wear body armor and carry rifles, not shoulder pads or a baseball glove. But as a society, we have created the viewing of an athlete as a hero. And good for those athletes who were able to capitalize on that. It's not their fault. They have that forum because we gave it to them. And they are allowed to express their opinions. But in fact, there's a story behind standing for the national anthem. You know, there was a time on this soil that if a king were to walk in, we would have to kneel before him. When the founding fathers decided to stand for the national anthem, that in itself was a protest. They never wanted anyone to kneel before the government. In the words of author Jane Cook, there are 5 reasons that we stand for the national anthem. We stand for the flag today, not to please ourselves, but to honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. We stand for the flag not to focus on what divides us, but to focus on what unites us, which is being American. We stand for the flag not to pledge allegiance to a president, but to honor the reality that we have an elected president and not a lifetime king. We stand not because of present or past pain caused by injustice, but to salute the principle of justice. We stand for our flag not for our generation, but to set an example for the next generation. I'll leave you with this. I have a neighbor who is a veteran, and this neighbor has every tool known to man. He'll let you borrow any one of those tools under one condition: that you return it in as good or better condition than it was when you took it. You're probably wondering what this has to do with anything that I'm talking about today. If we're going to teach our next generation to respect the flag, respect America, respect our first responders, and understand that we live in the greatest country on earth, then we have to work together to leave this country in better condition than it was when we got here. Earlier, I asked the question, why you thank a veteran, or what you think their response should be. And I can tell you my answer to your question, and the answer of many of the warriors that I know is this: because you are worth it. You are worth fighting for. I have lived a blessed life. And in America, we all have some type of privilege. What I want you to remember is that privilege was earned by the sacrifices of those men and women who served this country. So what will you do to earn it? Thank you.